It's a warm welcome to you from the south of France. Argentina v England. We have begun. Nice deep kick for England to receive on the right. Early touch upfield goes the captain, Courtney Laws from the Northampton Saints. 34 years of age. Captaining England for the 9th time. Popped over the top. First line out.
Alex Mitchell would have wanted a little bit more in his first kick, just to settle himself into the game, because even though he's very calm, composed character, he's had the spotlight shone on him for his, only his second start for England.
Julian Montoya. First line out. That's their go-to set piece. Ball pops on the ground, it's gone backwards. So they inch forward to Los Pumas. Gonzalo Bertranou plays his rugby in Wales with the Dragons. Goes short. The live wire. Marcus Kremer. David in 2016. Been a while in this side. England come flying up as Argentina take their time just to resettle. The forwards eventually going to the left-hand side. Lavanini turns it back as they cut to the 10. Just getting a feel. Bertranou again. Behind the back, nice ball to Flaff. It gets cut down to Santiago Carreras. So Bertranou has the time in his 53rd game for his country to go high, putting a real tester up. All sorts of pressure there. And Alex Mitchell comes up with that one. As England look to drive out of their 22. Powerful low carry. Ollie Chesham, the 23-year-old, one of the young guns in this English outfit.
Use it.
Kicking game will be such an important part of this Rugby World Cup as they come down to Argentina's side. Good take and hit hard is Juan Cruz Malea, the fullback. Turns 27 tomorrow. Pablo Matera, first carry for the 30-year-old. 96 appearances down the short side. Carreras stabs it at the top. There's a bit of space to operate here for Argentina. Again, good covering from the scrum half was Alex Mitchell in the kick downfield, and there's nobody back there. And the ball rolls out.
Freddie Stewart, quite rightly pleased with himself on that one. It's all about the defence so far from England. They're capturing Argentina behind the gain line, and Carreras nearly very creatively got himself out of trouble. Alex Mitchell wonderfully sweeping back and offloaded it to Stewart. Put in a lovely kick, just failed to creep inside the 22.
Blood injury.
Yeah, lovely kick, nice start. This is the coaching staff there for this English side. Steve Borthwick, point to December 2022. Capped 57 times for England.
Time is off.
Big former lock. Coach of the Leicester Tigers, his 3rd Rugby World Cup. Big hits early on as well.
Steve Borthwick saying he felt a few people had called time too early on this England team. He still backs them. It's an intensity to England's start. Really nice bit of line speed.
Michael Checker on the other side of things. Richie from Australia took head coach in March of 2022, fluent in 4 languages. Apparently owns a fashion company as well. He always looks very good as he leads this side. He's brought in Felipe Contepomi, Juan Martin Fernandez Lobby, who've been in the coaching crew before.
Felipe Contepomi said of Michael Checker that they thought they had the best version of Michael. Compared him to a fine wine. I think he's just blending the passion.
I'm going to show you
the mental skill.
A head clash, upright tackle by England, number 7, I think it is.
Okay. Can you put it on the screen, please?
So, TMO
it's
review.
Coming in now. This is your best angle. Right, so those are your best angles.
I didn't see anything on the screen, Marius. We don't have the right footage.
Okay, so we're going to show to you again.
Yes, please.
Okay, we're getting you the action now.
Just Mathieu Reynald's just requested to have the footage so you can see it on the big screen here.
So the player is upright for tackle the ball carrier. We have a full play here, Marius, because the player is upright. There is a net flash, so he meets the yellow card threshold, so I will give a yellow card and going for a field review, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Captain, please. Yeah. Upright tackle, going for field review.
So there it is, a yellow card. We'll wait for a review.
Upright, as explained by Mathieu Reynald. Upright head clash, so yellow card. Goes to the bunker for review.
A huge blow for England, obviously, losing Tom Curry probably for the next 10 minutes. As you can see, Augustin Creevy not too happy with the incident there, but he has come back from injury. This is his first match back from injury, and he's so integral to their scrum. We know how fierce the Pumas are in their scrum, and so that is a huge blow for the England side early in this match.
Sorry,
it really
stop the
is.
clock, please. We don't have the ball.
Argentina, their crowd start bouncing around in the crowd.
60 seconds, please.
Got the back row partners in shot there. They're going to have to do a bit of extra work
The clock
with
of
Tom
the kicker.
Curry.
And now we restart for
Off the
60
field.
seconds, please.
One of the best things that Tom Curry was bringing back to the squad was just how busy he is around the park. He's a nuisance at breakdown. Makes a shed load of tackles. Not for the next few minutes.
First opportunity for points in this game. Emiliano Boffelli, who scored 25 points against England in November last year when they won 30 points to 29. He steps up first. Boffelli has peeled it in for the opening points in Marseille. And it's Argentina. They go up 3-0 in the opening few minutes.
Wowee, that's a nudge. I was looking at that from up on opposition thinking that's a long way out. But Boffelli, he kicks a lot of goals. 273 points for this Los Pumas side over the years. He's going to add a few more tonight from the looks of things.
That is the issue, giving away penalties from anyway with Boffelli around. Plays his rugby in Edinburgh in Scotland. Kick-off from England in the opening 5 minutes for Argentina. Best finished third here in France. He also took fourth
Taking back
in 2015 in England. Four-time quarter finalists. Looking to go further in this event as they go downtown. Gonzalo Bertrand. So England down to 14 players. Look to skip through. Freddie Stewart, 22-year-old, such an attacking genius. As the forwards go to work now towards the halfway line. Mitchell wants quick ball. As George Ford bangs it high. And it's a lovely take yet again. It's Boffelli this time for Argentina. Their side of the half, it's a short line as they come steaming upfield. And a penalty as well. This would work them down the field nicely.
and on the ground first.
I did let go.
So Courtney Law's explaining there that he tried to get on the ball, which is what the referees are looking for. Any hands on the ground past the ball, they will penalise that. It's a good bit of attack from Argentina. I like that. It came from this beautiful take from Boffelli. Nice bit of shepherding from his back three partner. Maroney's come on as the blood replacement. And there you can see Laws' hands just on the grass. Anything like that, easy look for the referee to penalise them.
Well, hopefully she'll be smiling after this kick. Boffelli again. Played with the Duendes Rugby Club in Rosario when he was a youngster. They'll be watching there this afternoon. Again, Emiliano Boffelli steers it this time unsuccessfully. It'll stay 3-zip.
That was huge legs on it, that kick. It was well behind the halfway. It sailed high enough, just not quite the accuracy. Slight relief, perhaps, from Aratoji and the England boys. They will have come into this game very knowledgeable about Boffelli's ability to kick goals. They punished them in their last meeting in 2022.
Forward to get us going yet again. Argentina look for possession at the halfway line. A good little step there from Matera. Made the most carries of any player in the 2023 Rugby Championship. Crema. Difficult one to handle, so it's hacked through. And then half lost, but it's gone backwards. Marchand is there on it for England. The centre follows up nicely, driving Los Pumas back. The big frame of Thomas Labanini out of the Indu club. His third Rugby World Cup, bringing that experience here that's needed. England find their fly half. The Sale Shark player, gets interfered with afterwards. It's a big high kick. The crowd don't like it. Penalty gone.
The England players still playing. A sign that perhaps they wanted the advantage there, but it was foul play, so they will come back for it. A few boos ringing around the crowd, and I'm not sure who it is that's booing. Whether it's the Argentinian fans that don't like the decision or the England fans that don't like the action, but it's pretty tasty in here, both on the field and off it, isn't it,
so you want to review that? Sorry, time off.
Yep, we'll get a review, says referee Reynal. His 44th test and his third Rugby World Cup as well.
The review incident aside, this was going to be a really nice option.
All right,
they had Stewart on the chase.
Angle coming up.
For me, England need to go to that as much as they can.
Okay.
Here's a better angle.
So we have a contact to the head by the number 10 of Argentina. Full play meet the yellow card threshold, so it will be a yellow card and a penalty kick against the 10, okay?
I agree.
And we're going for a field review, same. Yellow card, going for a field review.
So we're all square. A yellow for England and a yellow for Argentina, with a bunker review coming up as well. Have up to 8 minutes to decide if that stays a yellow or becomes a red.
Pretty well explained by the referee there, pretty straightforward head contact. So he's gone to the bin and the bunker for review. See what comes of that.
Some good news for Argentina here. Their fullback, Juan Cruz Malaya, is coming back onto the field. Some running repairs on him following that earlier incident with Tom Curry, but they will get their fullback back, although, of course, they do lose their fly half for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, thanks, Nat. Vital player to be missing. Santiago Carreras. Meanwhile, his opposite number, George Ford. 86th total appearance in Test rugby. In search of the equalising points. The flags go up, the crowd like it. England are on the board at the Rugby World Cup. George Ford puts up 3.
It's met by a big cheer, sea of white around the stadium here in Marseille. 3 apiece. Plenty of action already in this one. We're only 10 minutes in.
Okay. So, captain, please. Captain, please. Captain. Number 7 on a head clash have been upgraded to a red card because there is no mitigation, high degree of danger, so it's a red against the 7.
They've just scored, and it's a massive blow for England. It's a red card for Tom Curry. The bunker has upgraded it.
This was the incident as they've seen it.
Come back on.
But no mitigating factors. That's why it's been upgraded to a red card.
Meanwhile, kickoff is taken. It's 3-piece at the 10-minute mark. Both teams down to 14, but England will stay that way as Carreras is under review from the bunker. Ball for England here inside their 22. Very experienced front row with Dan Cole and Ennis Genge.
Use it.
Mitchell, only his second match starting for England. Again goes to the skies. Boffelli again with a take. He's second in this game. He's driven backwards. Good England pressure indeed. They try to get the pinch, but it stays with Argentina.
11 and on the ground.
I think Benno was all right in that ruck. Because Elliot Daly's been penalised. Getting off his feet. Just a word on losing Tom Curry, that's huge. No mistake, and you feel for him. That decision's worked so hard to come back into the squad. And there's clearly no malice, no intent, but that doesn't matter. But you feel for him, he'll be devastated to miss out on the rest of this game and perhaps beyond.
He was so disappointed to go down the race, Mitch. You saw him on the screen here. He was actually ready to just come back on and had to be stopped by the team. And now the skipper, Owen Farrell, has gone down, possibly to speak to him. He was sitting on the bench with the players. Yeah, great insight there, Nat, as Argentina look to get a maul going here at the 22. Julian Montoya at the back. His third World Cup as well. Bertrand marshalling his forwards in the 22 now. Looking for space wide. They throw one dummy. Santiago Chocobares now across field. They loop yet again. Labanini. Penalty goes the other way to England. And they get over this one nicely.
Oh, smart work from Courtney Laws. Labanini just got a little bit away from his support. Matera now giving one the other way. Recognise that Laws had his hands on the ball. Usually they're going to reward that. It's very close. That, if the ruck had already formed, he would have not been able to have hands on the ball.
They definitely needed that inside their 22. Things are looking ominous as Ford goes downfield with a nice penalty kick.
There, as you can see, supporting his own weight, he's on the ball. And he survived the clear as well. And that's a good old kick as well downfield. No, good launch position for England, this.
Wait.
England lead this Rugby World Cup head-to-head, 3-0.
No receiver.
They beat Argentina 4 years ago in Tokyo, 39 points to 10. Expect to be a lot tighter this affair. Bounce down to Mitchell, the scrum off, who gets it away for England to attack. Big tackle coming from Kremer in midfield on the English outside centre. Genge drifts across field. So not a lot of options here for Ford, so he goes to the boot again. Finds the bandage fullback. Malia plays his rugby here in Toulouse. Said it's been a valuable tool. Helped him on and off the field as well. Again, Ford goes high. Chases there. Stewart is trying to get underneath it. Boffelli, hands everywhere. And in the end, England will take possession.
There was a little scrappy towards the end there. If Stewart gets up in the air going forward, he's most likely going to come back with the ball. He nearly did on that occasion.
Here is the mark.
It's a great line-out battle. Laws, Labanini, already going at it. There's one man you probably don't want to run into the midfield. It's that guy, Kremer. Great technical tackle.
Yeah, he's been such a bruising player for Los Pumas over the years. Take a look at those stats. It was England that the dominated territory last time these two sides met. Now it's England on this side. The discipline has been an issue, of course. 7 cards across the past 5 tests, 4 yellows and 3 reds for this English side before coming into this World Cup.
It's true, and historically they have managed to turn on their discipline and tighten it up a little bit for World Cups. Only 5 yellow cards in their history, which is not many. Discipline is key at big tournaments.
15 minutes gone, our first scrum, and it goes the way of Argentina. An early push from England.
Referee deeming that England front row went early, trying to get the jump. Have to say, for me, that was a bit of a tough one. We've not had a lot of scrums. This one's going up in the air.
Mark called by the English fullback, Freddie Stewart, so just a bit too far there from the Argentine team.
Yeah, too comfortable. That's a let-off. Freddie Stewart's going to whack this one downfield, I suspect.
Another excellent kick from the fullback.
England at the moment just able to relieve the pressure. They play a lot of the game down in the Argentinian half.
There's another look there at Flav Santiago Carreras, why he's in the sin bin. Made the most carries of any backline player in the Rugby Championship. Very bruising number 10. But he'll watch on as his captain, Montoya, throws. Debuted in 2014 for his country. He's accurate at the set piece. We mentioned over 90% stats. They've won here at line-out time, and now they go to the maul. Do Michael check his side? It doesn't work out, though.
Yeah, a little bit inaccurate, but the speed of that line-out into maul, the speed with which those Argentinian players get into the seams around the jumper, and they just win that initial punch. That looks dangerous for England for me. Argentina hold on to that ball. That looks like it's marching downfield.
So can we get numbers in the lineup, please? Okay.
It's actually interesting. There was a late switch around in the formation of the line-out. Pretty smart from Argentina. England perhaps a bit slow to react.
Been a physical battle so far in these opening 20 minutes. So brilliant to see the crowd travel here and the local fans taking part. It's been a buzz here in Marseille all week. Scotland play South Africa tomorrow here. So 4 different countries featuring today and tomorrow. And of course, the French fans celebrating that massive win against New Zealand to open things up. Ball is there at the back. Ben Earl picks and goes. Gets rid of one. Does the big, powerful number 8. And now Mitchell, the Northampton side, flicks it beautifully to Ford. It's England looking for a chance to inspire here. Genge again, the Bristol Bear. Ford thought potentially about a kick as he sets Chesham upfield. Can England unlock something here as Ford looks to go to the wide side? And Daly was there. Now they come. It's a stab through from Ben Earl, popping up on the far right of the field.
There's a good bit of space out there. And Earl's quick, which is lively from Mitchell. Oh, that's tasty.
Yeah.
Look at the space on the width here on this picture. Ben Earl taking it, perhaps not full space, but I'd like to see him continue into that. And then link up with the man outside him, Stewart, I think it was.
In. 4.
So just checking the numbers with referee Mathieu Renal. Officiated England against Wales last month. To the front. Montoya again, accurate. It's Crema. Bounces down. Argentina without their fly-off.
Use it!
So one Cruz Malea waits back. Gonzalo Bertrano takes it on himself, though. Goes over the halfway line to England. Looking to launch a counter-attack. Good strong tackle coming in as well on Johnny May. Dan Cole arrives. Second most capped prop behind the great Jason Leonard is forward again. Looking to test the back three of Argentina, but they hold strong.
Time off. Yellow cards in.
And Argentina is back to the full 15 players. Their fullback, Carreras, has just come back onto the field. It would have been very problematic for Argentina if they had lost their fly half. Rather, of course, they do have a 6-2 split on the bench, so only the two other backs.
Ball not out. Yeah, brilliant to see Argentina back to 15. They'll be very happy about that. England will stay with 14, though, unfortunately for them. Still 3-3, 20 minutes gone. Still feeling each other out, both sides. Argentina keep it low, just outside their 22. Pablo Montero trying to point something out to the referee. He thanks him for it.
Use it, please.
Labanini provide an extra bridge there with the height that he carries around. His scrum off goes high, does Bertrand, the 29-year-old, to the halfway line. And again, excellent stuff from Freddie Stewart, the Leicester Tigers fullback. England now trying to move it again to a line on that far side. Marchant. Earl adding his presence in the last few minutes. The ball pops free. Looking to go to work yet again is the outside centre. Maro Toja, haven't called his name much yet in this game. The Saracen, 28 years of age. Might be space with Johnny May on that far side. Marchant again, carries well. Such a tricky customer. Genge flies upfield for England. The pinch is good. Kremer with Argentina as they smash it downfield. That's a clever kick as it rolls towards the touchline. And it's Argentina that will attack 5 out.
The England attack was looking promising up until this point.
Yeah, top character as well as Julian Montoya. Looks to break the deadlock here in this game. He throws a dummy, does the captain. 5 out for Argentina as they get very close over the top. Backs and forwards mingling. Pablo Montero looks to work around the fringes. Labanini gets close. Gonzalez shifts it across to the left-hand side.
I think there is a knock-on here for me.
A knock-on called.
Before the grounding, the number 1 make a knock-on. Can you check it? Just confirm me the knock-on of the number 1. On-field decision is knock-on. I come back to the infringement. Penalty kick against 1 for taking out here. Yeah, just confirm the knock-on of the number 1.
We're having a quick check whether it was a knock-on from Thomas Gasho. He's a hard man to stop from a couple of metres out. But on that occasion, he didn't hold on to the pill.
Take out. Time off.
Whatever happens is going to be a penalty against England. Infringement earlier on in the play.
These guys. No, knock on. That's what I saw before.
Gasho slithering and sliding towards the line there, but not to be.
We need the ball.
Now they're just waiting for a ball. Argentina have options now for their penalty. Still 3 apiece.
Okay, here. 10.
Santiago Carreras.
Time on.
And they look to be setting up an old school move, penalty move. I remember these from back in the day.
I love this return to the game.
Carreras now gets it around the short side. Kremer comes flying in. England do well to stop him. Montoya, he picks and drives. Gomez Cordella came flying in off his feet to big Francisco, giving away a penalty as well for holding on.
And a huge cheer from the England fans. They know that's big.
First infringement of feet.
It was good, strong carry, but in his haste to try and support his teammate, Gomez Cadella, just off his feet. You have to stay up. If you're the supporting player, you have to stay supporting your own body weight. You can't just fly off your feet to take out the potential jackal. Nice bit of creative work from Argentina. They look good. And it's Courtney Laws again. Even sometimes being a threat in that area creates haste in the support man and causes the infringement. Very, very dangerous man in that defensive unit.
Yeah, great camera work there of the coaching crew, and Marcus Smith on the bench as well for England, celebrating that brilliant bit of defense as they go to their captain, Laws. Jamie George gave it in 2015 against France. Record try scorer for England. They'll need him much closer to the try line as Alex Mitchell looks up to come down the blind side. Finds Ford and Daly. Not much space for Daly to operate. Genge carries yet again. Captain Leicester Tigers in their Premiership final. Move back to Bristol Bears.
Use it!
The last season. Mitchell again. Chasers coming down as Daly. Perhaps it's gone too far, it has, because it's Boffelli again with a fist in the air.
So that kick going too long, and it was an easy catch and mark for Boffelli, but the option I don't think was a bad one. If you see England's attack before, it was incredibly narrow, no options to run the ball.
Not out, England with possession again. Ford again goes down the same route. Stewart is chasing down. It's a good contest, and in the end just getting a hand to it and going forward.
So I don't mind this from England. If you've got Freddie Stewart chasing it, I think it's a good attacking option, but Argentina are off.
Los Pumas go to that far side. Very sevens from Argentina, and it's not the greatest kick at all from their wing three-quarter, Mateo Carreras.
Well, I just got very excited because if there's a guy who's going to score a try from within their own 22, it's them. Los Pumas leading try scorer this year. Former Premiership try of the season winner as well. He's super exciting.
Guys, next time, huddle, free kick.
Attacking line out for England. Katojo does well for Steve Borthwick's side. Finalists in 2019, 2007 and 1991. Champions, of course, in 2003. They'll be celebrating their 20th anniversary this November as England again take it upfield. Tuilangi with a good carry. Genge at a standing start against Kremer, driven backwards. Oh, that's good leg drive from the number 7. Marcus Kremer, very back, so George Ford lines up a drop goal. It's an excellent strike from the number 10. Hits to Johnny Wilkinson. England have the lead, 6-3, should George Ford.
Well, it started off with a good carry from Tuilangi, but then there was nothing on. George Ford dropping back into the pocket. I thought maybe he was going for an up and under, but that is the medicine that England needed right now. We had a conversation this week about why do drop goals not happen more often? They're killer in those moments.
A stunning strike from the number 10 for England. As the kickoff comes down to the 22 yet again. Down to 14 players off that early red card. Nearly half an hour gone in this opening Pool D game. Samoa, Chile, Japan. The other 3 sides in this pool. Downfield to Argentina. Boffelli leaves it behind. Chesham can't get, so it'll be Los Pumas with just a knock-on advantage. Chance for them to move it around if they want. Then a penalty goes the other way.
You're trapping the player on the ground. Number 1, Argentina trapping the player on the ground. You cannot.
And a bit of sneaky skullduggery picked up by Matteo Renal. Sometimes players do that. Dare I say it?
Argentina trapping the player on the
They'll
ground.
try and just hold the tackler in there, just so it looks bad for the referee and try and buy a penalty. But there's nothing that gets past this French referee tonight.
Replay. It's okay?
Yeah, all the referees. The referees had a nice meeting with all the coaches, in fact, ahead of this Rugby World Cup to see things that were focused on trends. And that was certainly one of them as England opt for the 3 points here. And this is why it happened.
You can see there, they're holding his shirt. So even if Ellis Genge is trying to roll away there, he can't. So actually it's deemed illegal, quite rightly so, I think. You get away with those ones, it's all right.
It's another long-range attempt this time. It'll be England's chance to go up 9-3. If any had a couple earlier in the game, hit one of them.
We're spoilt in this game for a couple of long-range kickers. The Felly for Argentina, and then Elliot Daly stepping up for this one at 58 metres. This would be a good nudge.
Elliot Daly wastes no time to hammer this towards the uprights. Just fallen short. Good tackle coming in as well. Loose ball there for Argentina as they hack this one out. And it's England that now find themselves attacking in the 22.
And they're loving that chase from England there. You cannot expect those to go over from 58 metres. And quite rightly, England did a brilliant chase on that, put enough pressure on Argentina to force this line out.
George to the back. It's bounced down okay in the end. Laws to stabilise, and again Jamie George comes in. Guy that's won the Six Nations a couple of times. To the right. Earl runs hard at the gain line for England. Dummy thrown from Alex Mitchell, the 26-year-old. Good 40 tries for the Northampton Saints in 111 appearances. England slow ball with George Ford very deep. Not looking to attack with ball in hand, but he lines up again, another drop goal. And why not? It's magic in Marseille from George Ford. 2 drop goals in a row for England. They're up 9-3.
Well, once again, England without many attacking options. When there's nothing else on, just give it to George Ford. He'll come back with the chockies and 3 points.
An inspired start by England, 1 man down in this first half. Of course, it's been a really turbulent build-up for them. They've been under a lot of pressure back home, but I think the fans will enjoy what they're seeing so far.
Yeah, they certainly will, Nat, as England take possession here. Very impressive. We knew this game would be hard to get tries on the board. England, who were so good in 2019, just conceded 2 tries in the pool stages. Again, a high one from Mitchell. And a bandage fullback takes this one as Juan Cruz Malea for Argentina. Montoya with his hands up, wants possession. He comes on Gonzalez, looking for a little half gap, and then they leave it behind. It's knocked on. Quick ball for England. Now they can attack. George Ford to the right. Numbers are plenty as well. England move it across. Daly's there. May just puts a foot out. That's a penalty for not giving the ball away.
Let them play quickly if they want.
Gee, Ben Earl got so excited a little bit earlier that he was behind play and looked away as they were running towards their try line. So a little bit of a disappointing end to that one, but overall a great play.
That's inaccurate from England, though. They had about a 5-on-2 for a moment. George Ford perhaps carried a little bit too far in that. But either way, those outside backs, they've got to do better in those situations. They won't get a lot of opportunities against a very good defensive Argentinian team. Look at that. You dream of those opportunities.
Yeah, just drifting across field and eventually going into touch. Argentina at the halfway line. They line up. So accurate. Matias Salamano with a take, and now a short line flying in. Santiago Chocobares, the 24-year-old. Kremer ducks down low. Los Pumas work their way upfield. This is better stuff from them as their forwards hammer it upfield. Matera, big Pablo Matera takes on a couple towards the 22. To the left, Bertrand. Cutting back towards where his forwards are. Still there, Carreras whips it wide. Cinti, Luciano Cinti, 23-year-old, plays for Saracens. Third of the squad play in the UK in the Premiership. That's good quick ball. Montoya shifts it. England come in again with some good hits. It's their captain, Courtney Laws. So they drop all the way back. So it's a drop goal from the other side. Santiago Carreras pushes it to the left-hand side.
He wanted to come to the party. I have to say, from our position, we had the benefit of seeing a bit of backfield space. England perhaps trying to put an extra man in the front field defence. But this was looking leaky for a while. Argentina were just flowing multiple lines of attack until this point. Laws and Tuilangi, that's a defensive combo.
We play.
Yeah, big Matias Alemano got stopped there. Forward with a drop out deep to Argentina. Just over 5 minutes to go in the first half of this opening Pool D game. Jumping up and trying to take that was England. It drops down Gonzalo Bertrand, then hit by Arautoge. Thomas Gajo comes in as well. The penalty to England.
I didn't see him touching in the Marius, you confirm me?
Freddie Stewart getting incredibly high off the deck there. Matera, I think, also looking at the ball. You cannot take the man out in the air. You've got to have responsibility protecting that guy who's got in the air first.
In front of your ball carrier. Okay, touch him. So it's okay. Yeah, here it's good.
Michael Checker looks on. Argentina must be careful there to lose a player to the bin again. Pablo Matera was in question there as forward. Puts it up nicely for an attacking lineup.
Well, we've had a few incidents already, haven't we, on the kick chase, or more specifically the landing as the kick's coming down, and could be a few more, I think.
I love the colour of the crowd. Full noise here at Stade de Marseille. Jamie George, British and Irish Lion, strong with their maul. Oh, England, they love this form of attack. George has it at the back.
Use it.
Told to use it as he peels away. Here comes Jamie George, getting the full workout as well. Not out of place on a dance floor as England carry on upfield. It's there for Mitchell. Toje hit by Kremer. England, not a lot of options on either side, so they go back to George forward. It's worked once, twice, make that 3 times. England lead 12-3.
Good line out, a little bit high perhaps from England on the maul. They struggled to get that go forward momentum. Argentina stopped it well. Couple of picks. I would have quite liked to see them perhaps go again, but hey, why not? George Ford's hot. Marlon thinks so too.
3 drop goals and a penalty from George Ford. Argentina almost take this off the restart. Very close for them to get back into this game in the first half.
I'd love to see that short kickoff. I think it's a really underutilized tactic at the moment in World Rugby. So it's nice to see Argentina going for it, but that is why they don't sometimes.
Time off.
We've shown that the risk-reward sometimes doesn't pay off. But actually, if he'd taken it, I think that was possession and a bit of go-forward ball. Unfortunately, on that occasion, Lucio Cinti just couldn't gather it. There's just often so much space in that front line. I love to see teams exploring that.
Okay.
Well, interesting on the momentum side. Despite being a man down, England dominating.
Yeah, we not expect that. Down to 14 players from minute 3 in the game. Tom Curry off the field with a red card for England. But you're right, his side have taken the opportunities when they need it. You don't have to score tries to win in tough games like this in beautiful Marseille.
It's a long time to play with 14 men. There's guys out there doing extra effort, extra work. And there's a long time to play.
It's interesting to see how this side have come together. They've done a lot of team building in the lead-up. They all have to buy each other gifts, so they have to buy 32 gifts. Everybody in the team gets something from somebody. Maro Itoja bought the team goggles that massage the face. Marcus Smith actually bought everybody personalised golf clubs. And then Ben Youngs bought everybody adapters for their chargers. So they can vary in the importance and the importance of these gifts, but it just shows how much they have been really bonding in the lead-up, despite all the criticism that has been going on in the outside.
Yeah, that's a sign of a very close team as well. Some very thoughtful gifts there too, and just some practical ones. Mitch?
Yeah, they're obviously pretty plugged into one another.
Lovely view at scrum time. England at the back. Forward again with his trusty right foot, goes downfield into the last couple of minutes of this first half. Malia goes down to forward, calls for a mark.
George Ford, such a smart player, been in and around it for so long. He's pretty much a coach on the field, who steered around, very calm, collected. Pro debut, ridiculously young age, while he was still 16. He knows rugby inside out, and he knows that with only a few minutes to the half, he's just going to slow it down.
Yeah, in February, makes his Cell Sharks debut. 8 months of rehab on his Achilles tendon he sustained. He's back and looking strong and powerful for this England side. They will be very happy so far with how the opening 40 minutes have gone, outside of losing Tom Curry to the red card. Meanwhile, Argentina, can they get something for the remaining moments of this first half? Juan Martin Gonzalez, a man from Mendoza.
I don't understand.
That's it for the South American team. Bertrand finds his forwards again as they link up. Cajo, and it's been pinched. Knock-on advantage for Itoja in England.
Advantage, good contest. Come back here to the knock-on.
So that would have been a penalty for Argentina for holding on, but the referee is playing a knock-on advantage to England, so they'll get the scrum here and get the put in. It was Gasho knocked it on again, but he can hold on to the ball. He's super dangerous, powerful, fast, front row.
Here's the mark, guys.
At the moment, just struggling to keep hold of it.
Come on, boys.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating opening weekend to Rugby World Cup 23, with France beating New Zealand. Italy took out Namibia earlier, 52 points to 8. Ireland beating Romania 82-8, and Australia over Georgia 35-15.
Feel for that man, Tom Curry. Tough cards he's been dealt at the start of this. Perhaps pick up the incident and talk about maybe what he could have done better later on. But you feel for him.
Yeah, you definitely do. But he's side in a good position so far. Half-time is up, 12-3 the score, England. And Alex Mitchell puts this one out of bounds. England lead Argentina 12-3 in Pool D. Welcome to the south of France. Stade de Marseille, and referee Mathieu Reynal gets us going here in the second half as Argentina look to break out. It was almost a wonderful ball. It stays with them. Looks like Guido Petty's on the field wearing 19 for Argentina. Montoya throws a beautiful pass upfield. Gonzalez gets it away. And the ball's been left behind, but an exciting start here from Michael Checker's side.
Bertrand just couldn't hold on to the ball there. Gonzalez has lost his boot. I'm not surprised, the quick feet. So quick, his boots come off. It was this initial break. Mitchell ended up 1v1. Position he probably didn't want to be in.
It's okay. Here we go, scrum.
He did well to hold on to it.
Here is the mark, guys.
Did a great step off his right foot there, and the offload was a good one. Bertrand couldn't drag it in. Good bit of heat and pressure on the tackle for Johnny May coming in anyway.
Guys, we go, please.
Brilliant to have your company here as we get going in the second half. I'm Dallin Stanford alongside Olympian Tom Mitchell. Here's Michael Cheika, coach for Argentina, who ranked 6th in the world from the Waratahs and start the France day. He was back here a while ago. Took the Wallabies to 2 World Cups as well. Scrum for England. Steve Borthwick's side. Said he's 3rd Rugby World Cup. He worked with Eddie Jones as well with Japan.
Set.
Kevin Sinfield, Richard Wigglesworth, Tom Harrison and Tony Rokes, the other coaches as well.
Body's out.
They pick and go. Ben Earl. So the strong game so far has the number 8. Plays his rugby with the Saracen side. Toje comes in with that big frame with Jamie George now arriving late with Ellis Genge. 2 championship titles with Hartbury College for Genge in his younger years. No doubt they'll be watching in as the pack stays very tight.
Super narrow here again, England, just trying to find a bit of width, but looks like it's going to the sky.
Alex Mitchell puts one up. Kremer's in an awkward position. Catch coming in here from Carreras. He's knocked it on.
Came in at speed, and I thought he dominated that really well in the air. Carreras gets up well, but sort of tried to take Johnny May's head at the same time, and as a result didn't gather either, thankfully, for Johnny May. It's actually been a fascinating area battle, hasn't it? So hard to control the ball in the air, and that's why both teams are going there. When both sides have managed to put those kicks contestable, it's often paid off for the attacking team.
The Argentinian leaders are going to be so important in this second half. This is where you need your senior players to stand up. Of course, we've got Montoya on the field. He's playing his 3rd Rugby World Cup. Michael Cheika has been incredibly impressed by the way he goes about not just his leadership, but also his personality. Says he's an absolutely fantastic guy. And then you've got Augustin Creevy sitting on the bench, ready to make his debut in his 4th World Cup. So there is a lot of experience, and they're going to need all of it if they're going to get back into this match.
Yeah, great insights. Nat Giannides, brilliant to have you pitch side. The best seat in the house, of course, here at Stade de Marseille. We'll feature tomorrow as well. Scrum for England. Mathieu Reynal set things up yet again. Debuted in 2009 as a test referee.
Okay.
Good bit of chat on this near side between Courtney Laws and Kremer. Kremer trying to talk it up for his side. Courtney Laws questioning whether it was actually that good. It's a great front row battle though between these two. We're not seeing a lot of scrums. Dan Cole said that they were respecting this Argentinian pack, the tradition of their game. They've been looking forward to it. Of course, he knows Montoya from their Leicester days together.
Yeah, I find it fascinating playing in the UK together now, going head-to-head literally against each other. Benall waits at the back for England. He picks and goes to the blind side, and he puts a little kick in. It sits okay. Laws is after this, into the 22. Mitchell to left, good hands coming in from Jamie George.
Okay, 19 offside.
Advantage offside play for England. George Ford. Waits, and the penalty does come.
19 wide, never go back.
That's nice.
Never go back on side.
It's a classic 8 pick down the short side from Benall. He actually put the kick in. It's the second time we've seen him do that tonight. He's a skillful guy and he's looking to execute. This one ricocheted back in field and actually led to a nice bit of flowing England attack, which I think was why it caught Argentina offside, and it was Petty who infringed and was ahead of the back foot of the ruck.
Yeah, England have managed this game well. 10 of their match 23 were part of their team that played in the Rugby World Cup final in 2019. That experience so valuable at this pinnacle event. It's George Ford who's kicked all 12 points for England thus far. '86 games for his country. Sale Sharks player, former Leicester Tiger. Bangs this one over for the first points in the second half. It is England 15, Los Pumas 3.
Well, it was the speed of play around the corner and the flowing attack that led to the penalty. And that break in play led to a brilliant sing-song from the England fans here in the stadium. They're getting excited. There's a way to go yet, but it's a good-looking scoreboard for England.
Argentina restart towards the narrow side. Kremer has it. Collision.
Stop. First knock on England.
Ollie Chesham that got in there, just ball bobbling both ways.
Sneaky little short one again. They're going after Sinti, who gets really high in the air. Great hops. It was Chesham that time going up for England to contest. Obviously the taller man, but it was a pretty even contest in the air.
Yeah, very sevens off the restart, and why not try something?
It's a good way of regaining possession. Often, I think, kickoffers look to play the territory game, and that's absolutely fine. But I think there is the opportunity to regain. Not that Argentina have managed to do it that efficiently, but they've got the scrum here.
That's a good look at their back line. Led by Santiago Carreras. What have they got up their sleeve? Bertrand floats it, and they lose it. There's Chocobares, the inside centre. Whistle has gone, unfortunate there for Argentina.
First knock on.
Yeah, there was a lot of anticipation. It was a nice setup. They had 10, 12, 13 set up ready to go. It actually was going to end up with Carreras out the back, which is a role he does so well. He's so used to playing 15 for Gloucester. I would have liked him to see his get his hands on that one. To be honest, see him run and stretch those legs.
Let's go.
His coach at Gloucester, George Skivington, talks so favourably of him as a brave young player, big future in the game. I feel like the future is now for him. Games like this, as the 10, he's got to steer his side back into this game and to victory.
We hold the pressure, okay? Scratch! Bind!
England still playing with 14 players as they work for the rest of this match. Collapse, scrum, and it's England that tap each other on the back and celebrate with the forwards. Dan Cole up last.
It's that far side. Mathieu Reynal saying that Gasho had his knee on the ground up against Genge. Not sure I'd fancy going up against either of them. Good contest going on that far side. You see here, it's pretty level. We can't see it from that angle. Oh, perhaps it was... Here we go, might see it there. Just see the knee start to go down and touch the deck. But try and get your feet back. Not too far back, so that you're too long, but you've got to get your feet back and set so that you can hold the weight.
Yeah, it's a very young front row forward, 24 years of age, Thomas Gajo. George for England, to the back, it's slapped out. Alex Mitchell comes in, round the fringes, throws a lovely dummy, does Mitchell. Almost getting free. A live wire around the fringes is Mitchell.
Oh, that's why he's in the team. He was brought in for the injured Jack Portlet.
Substitution.
And he spoke earlier this week in the press conference about the tempo he could bring to the game. It's messy ball. Perhaps this is where he thrives best. Shoots back down the short side, throws the dummy. It was the little lift inside that was on, wasn't it? Courtney Laws was sniffing. Change in the front row. Dan Cole coming off, replaced by Will Stewart. 27-year-old, bringing his 130-odd kilos to the party here in Marseille. Will Stewart's an interesting character, brilliant rugby player. Likes to collect historical items in his spare time, muskets and swords and the like.
And he's allowed to take those back. Unless he's taking the train, he'll be okay. No flying for him. Replacements also for Argentina. Pedro Gabuolo and Joel Slavy comes onto the field. Petty, he's the replacement as well. Guido Petty wearing 19 for Los Pumas. Trailed by 12 points. Around about the 50-minute mark in this game. One of 4 pool matches.
Use it!
As both sides will be eager to advance. Pablo Matera out of the Alumni Rugby Club. Born in Mendoza, the wine region of Argentina. Their scrum off, Gonzalo Bochano. Goes downfield, England. Oh, that's a slippery one that has gone backwards is the call. England put it up. Argentina look to regather. They leave that behind. It's England pouncing on this, looking for their opportunity again. Mitchell hacks it downfield. Chukwuemeka is there. Great catch from the centre.
That was a huge kick up into the Marseille night sky from Freddie Stewart. Lavanini having a rest on the sideline. As his team carry on here, kicking deep into England territory.
Yeah, Carreras with a boot. England respond.
Ford doing the sensible thing. Must be a bit slippery down there. Perhaps the sweat, as it is warm. Perhaps a bit of dew. There have been a lot of handling errors. Pretty straightforward looking ones as well. There's a man hungry for some rugby. The crowd want to see him come on.
Argentina, meanwhile, line out at the halfway line. In midfield, a massive collision comes in. Tuilangi takes a shot at Santiago Chukwuemeka. Still with Los Pumas, though, as they fight to regain the territory they just lost off that massive hit. Gajo shifts it to his right-hand side. Kremer comes in. Bertrand. England really flying up here on D, stopping this Los Pumas attack. Around the fringes goes their halfback. Lost 10 metres or so have Argentina. Again, they keep it with their forwards. As they continue to meet some heavy defensive players out of England, and Maratoje getting over this one for England. The crowd on their feet.
It's a brilliant bit of defence. Mani Tuilangi getting some high fives on his way. His teammates recognising his contribution to that defensive set. Brilliantly timed tackle on his opposite man earlier on in that defensive piece. Just again, a bit of isolation. Itoje getting all the way over. He beat the ruck. Referee seeing that he had rights to that ball. There's the collision in the midfield. Tuilangi getting his foot close. And getting a very powerful shoulder contact. Nice and low underneath the ball.
Excellent technique from the centre. Another opportunity for George Ford. 2 penalties, 3 drop goals for the Flaff this evening in Marseille. The 30-year-old from England under-20 captain. On the biggest stage, has the biggest boot, and it's England up 18 points to 3.
Is this the turnaround for Steve Borthwick's men? There's plenty of noise in this stadium, but are they starting to silence some doubters here?
And some big changes for England as well. Joe Marler's gone onto the field, and so too has George Martin.
Yeah, thanks. Now George Marler. Joe Marler, can't miss him with that beautiful hair of his. Tuilangi, who started the madness with that great tackle. The centre takes it upfield. Sale Shark, born in Samoa. 5 of his brothers also played in the English Premiership. They have possession in their 22 at minute 55. Mitchell goes downtown. Very good kick from the scrum off.
Would wonder whether they might try and turn the tempo up there. Argentina, as we see Tuolangi getting it done on the other side of the ball this time. Loves that part of the game, doesn't he?
In.
Genge kicking back, sucking in the big ones. He's put in a good shift in this first 55 minutes.
Le score est de 18 pour l'Angleterre à 3 pour l'Argentine.
And what was a line out to Argentina has turned into a free kick for England.
Might be tight.
So given the free kick, England opted to take the scrum, which is an option is always open to you as the side that's been awarded the free kick. Often teams do that to draw in some defenders, set a platform that they're comfortable with. The backs having a little meeting, we can see, discussing what they fancy. I tell you what, you've always got a little bit more adrenaline as a back in these moments. Great position for a scrum, two sides to attack. Threats all over the park for England. There's one of them.
He's smiling, ready to go. Joe Marchant. Joe Muller up front, came out of retirement to join England at the Rugby World Cup in 2019. He's still going strong. 82 caps. Will Stewart up front as well. You mentioned the Bath rugby player. Set piece from England is excellent. Forward to the air, straight down the middle. Malea with a clean catch. So too far on that one from George Ford. The fullback from Argentina drives him back at a narrow angle. So not a lot of room to work with. Just put that out on the full.
Well, he's not done much wrong tonight. He'll be frustrated with himself. He's a quality kicker of the ball. He didn't have much room to work with on the touchline there, so he was just looking to stab it down. But this was a hell of a scrum. What a battle. And actually, you can see the Argentinian front row. I think it's Schleby popping up there on the far side. I thought perhaps England unlucky. Marler had got the better of him there, unlucky not to get a penalty.
Montoya's throw has been pinched in the end. Montoya has it for England. Things are working out for this English side so far, up 18-3. And plenty of possession to speak of. Again, it's the English scrum off that works his way downfield through the boots. The ball bounces around. Players diving on this one. And it's a penalty against Argentina.
By the white player. Two Argentina play in front, offside from an offside.
Well, as you said, Alan, it just feels like things are working out for this England team at the moment. But you make your own luck. And that kick, albeit, looked like a pretty straightforward one up in the air. Johnny May put no real chase on that. And he put the pressure on to disrupt. And that has been key. When they've put contestable kicks up and they've got up in the air, they've made it work for them. There he is, just getting in amongst it. Sometimes that's all you've got to do. The Argentinians have to retreat there, back on side before they can play the ball. Young man Chiazum getting up and asserting himself in the line out. Might be a bit early to start milking it, gents.
They're having a bit of fun in the crowd. Very vocal Argentine group earlier, but this English side have been silenced. They've silenced them through the boot of George Ford. He scored 18 points tonight so far. This his fourth penalty. George Ford. He drives this one over as well. It's 21-4 and England. Argentina just 3.
Freddie Stewart trying to get his team going. There's one man that doesn't need any geeing up, it's George Ford. He's the most composed man on the park right now.
One of the other great stories of this England side has been George Martin, you can see there, but also Danny Kerr, who's just come onto the field. It's been 8 years between drinks for him at World Cups, missed selections for the 2019 World Cup, wasn't expected to come here, was going to come as a commentator, and now he's out there on the field against Argentina.
Yeah, he needs to stay on the field. I'd like to keep my job. Danny Kerr on the park, great to see. 36-year-old, 91 caps now. England with possession. Kerr goes high. His first touch. Jump, not able to get initially, down to the Argentina side. Not a lot of possession to speak of in the second half. Kremer comes in, ball's on the ground. It's available for Gonzalo Bertrano. Now looking to whip it wide. Here comes the hot feet of Carreras. Mateo Carreras scored in the last 3 games. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities tonight. There's Marcus Kremer again, looks to work. His second Rugby World Cup. Carreras drifts across field, a flat one towards the halfway line for Argentina, and it's England yet again. And it's their number 8, Beno, that gets the applause.
Argentina flowing there in their attack for a moment, looking to roll around, playing out the back, getting isolated. England have been good at the breakdown. A lot of opportunities where they got hands on ball, and this time it was Ben Earl's go. Elliot Daly taking on a kick, giving George Ford's boot a rest. I was desperate to see Carreras in some space. He's not had a lot of opportunities tonight, but he's devastating when he gets going. Krem has been working so hard for this Argentinian side. Bit of technicals there. Often if you do carry and you fall on your back as a ball carrier, you are opening up the opportunities for the defender to get on the ball. Got to try and move your positioning so you don't fall in that turtle position, it's often called.
Again, another opportunity for England for more points. This time it's Elliot Daly, the left wing. Former cricketer as a youngster. He pushes this one to the left-hand side. So score remains at 21 points to 3 into the last 20 minutes of this game. In Pool D, England looking to silence their critics after some below-average performances leading up into this tournament. And here they are at a Rugby World Cup where it all counts. 4 years in the making. Ford again goes high. Argentina not able to get that, so it stays with England. Through the big frame, Maro Itoje, one more time, former European Player of the Year. These leadership skills, so vital for this English side. Joe Marler just lurks ahead of the play. Bit of a cross-field kick. Argentina knocked that one on. England controlling everything so far. Danny Kerr. Earl behind the back ball. Huge shot coming in as Daly smashes the left foot downfield. It'll go too far.
Substitution for Argentina. Le numéro 8, number 8,
That's why Elliot Daly's a pretty useful man to have as part of your back division, your back 3, because he actually fills into that second line of attack really nicely as a distributor or as a kick with the ball. Got it wrong on that occasion. I think he saw at the corner of his eye that actually Argentina had backfield coverage. Great angle for us now on the camera. That's the direction he was looking in. He saw Argentinian players there, so we tried to hit grass. Didn't quite get it right.
Newcastle Falcons player going against some of his old mates from England. 4 of his teammates at that club. So can that injection off the bench help Michael Checker's side? They have it. Bertrano takes his time to decide. Penalty goes to England at scrum time. That is frustrating for Los Pumas.
Don't put your head outside of the scrum.
It's the second penalty against Korchlabi since coming onto the park. And even though it looked like the Argentinian scrum was moving forward there, Mathieu Renal clearly explaining Schlavi's head popping outside, penalised him once again, just going right for England. And that is superb from George Ford. Stop it. It's about as close to the try line as your forwards could hope for.
A remarkable kick from George Ford, and all set up here. Illegal scrummaging from Argentina has them on the ropes in this Pool D game. Jamie George to throw. Itoje now. Earl is in there as well as George comes to the back. The forwards are in there also. Tuilangi in there with the rest of his backs. Danny Kerr.
Use it now.
Now finds big Manu Tuilangi. The fridge goes forward.
No.
Argentina need to keep their feet.
No.
And they don't roll away either.
Well, it's well talked about amongst the teams that discipline serves you well in World Cups. At the moment, Argentina just on the wrong side of these pens.
1-0.
Time off.
Never short a chat in the front row. It's great work for the lineup. The only thing I would say on the maul, when they're setting up at the moment, the first guys in to the jumper for England at the moment are getting pretty high with their body height. And Argentina are actually stopping that maul pretty comfortably, defending the corners.
We had 5 in, and they had 6. I did give them numbers. They did say, oh, we're 5, so they had 6.
Dan Cole, I say he wouldn't want to be sitting on the sideline when there's a scrum going on either. He's probably looking at these scrums thinking, I fancy a bit more of that.
We also heard Joe Marler chatting to referee Reynal as we pay some attention to an injured player from Argentina. And Courtney Laws, a strong performance from the captain tonight. Takes the side, applause from his fans.
Oh, he's been awesome. Really led, as he always does, in the way he's gone about his work. Been over the ball, defensively, he's been awesome. And if there's someone you don't want to see coming on, it's Lewis Ludlam. I just love the way he comes on like an absolute wrecking ball off the bench at the moment. Really is big impact.
Familiar sight in this Pool D game. It's the England number 10, George Ford, to line this one up. Rugby World Cup top point scorer of all time for England is Johnny Wilkinson. Famously kicked that winning drop goal in 2003 to win it. George Ford has followed his success, and now he is the man of the hour for England. Ford turns with ease. It is England 24 points to 3. They lead Argentina. And Marseille love it.
Problems for Argentina as well. It looks like they're going to have to make a change with their front row. Joel Schlaby has come off the field. Looks like he's been clutching his ribs, and it looks like Thomas Gasho is going to come back on.
Yeah, some interesting changes needed there for Argentina. What have they got left in the tank in the final 15 minutes? Catch there from Lewis Ludlam, Northampton Saint. Over 100 games for the club. Kerr finds the personality himself. Joe Marler. 260 matches for Harlequins. One of the few players to lift the title 2012 and 2021 in the Premiership. As Argentina try to attack the breakdown.
Use it!
Pablo Matera tries to get in there. Danny Kerr releases towards the touchline.
Brilliant seeing Danny Kerr out there. He said he can't wait to get stuck in. He's actually labelled this the biggest week of his career. It's brilliant to see him out there. So a few players out there who thought this wasn't going to happen for them. And they've been talked down and talked down. And so far they're delivering.
Yeah, wonderful moments for the English side. But can Argentina come back into this game? They're fighting to stay alive here. Bertrand gets it away quickly. There's the forwards loop around the fringes. Matthias Moroni wants possession on that right-hand side. So they turn it back in field. Beschel is there as well. Gasho behind his back it goes. Argentina really haven't been able to crack this England defense. Big left-footed step. That's more like it. The offload is there as well for Los Pumas. Into the 22 they go. The replacements Eduardo Becho again heavily involved. Petrono takes him on himself. It's Argentina. Montoya now. Malia rips it to the right-hand side, cutting back against the grain. Brilliant work. So close. As the forwards barrel in, just a few meters out. Pablo Matera right there. He picks and goes to the right-hand side. Matera's over the line, but has been held up.
That's great defence. Yes, Owen Farrell would love to be out there, be hopefully enjoying this performance from his team. That's great on the line. For all money, Argentina, they would have backed themselves from that range. Tell you what, Gasho's come back on, and he's been pretty useful, hasn't he?
63,118. Thank you very much.
12. Let me call the number 12. Number 12. 12 England.
There's Agustin Kribi on the field. 4th Rugby World Cup. He joins Mario Ledesma, Felipe Contepomi and Martin Celso for the most all-time by an Argentine player. And also on is Ollie Lawrence, the 23-year-old for England. Applause for Mani Tuilangi, 32-year-old. Forward. Goal line dropout to Argentina. Over 10 minutes to go. They trail by 24 points to 3. Pablo Matera flies upfield. Now replacement on the field. Lautaro Basambales as well, the Olympian. Played for the Los Pumas Sevens. Santi Gomacora's side. Can he spark some magic? They certainly need it. Right there, possession given away.
There's been too many of those for Argentina. Little knock-ons here and there and around the contact area. Partly down to some brilliant defence from this England team. Really working well in the contact area, very skillful. I think it might have been Will Stewart just getting a little hand in there. Gasho looks fresh after a little break, coming back on.
Yeah, big Thomas Gasho, a great couple of runs from him. Certainly inspiring his side. But then just a couple of unforced errors as well, giving possession away. They got very close. Just held up there was Pablo Matera.
Okay.
Better looking bruised and bloody than that, but he's been all over the park as he so often is. Would have been nervy for those boys looking on, but perhaps not now. 24 points to 3. Perhaps it's time to have a bit of a laugh with one another. Good to see some smiles on faces. They've not had much chance to enjoy their rugby of late. Certainly not had the results they'll be after. But they were all said coming into this, win this game, and they're back on.
You're so right with that. Japan is next, September 17th in Nice, and then Chile in Lille in September 23, and Samoa, the same venue, October 7th.
Let's go now. Right foot on the
Argentina
mark.
will face Samoa next, then Chile and Japan. Of course, we said these two sides, if they win those remaining games, will go through from this pool. They'll cross over with Pool C. Wales, Australia, Fiji, Georgia, Portugal await.
It's a fairly comfortable scoreline right now, but I think there's still things England will want to execute and improve. I don't think they've played the best Argentinian side tonight. So they'll want to finish this last 10 minutes strong. Perhaps get themselves in some scoring positions, convert with a try. It's certainly given an added boost moving forward through this tournament. It's all about growing and building.
Here. We play.
Free kick there for England. Saw Joe Marler pulling Thomas Gasho towards him. It's the aerial battle once more in this game. Argentina win it. They go down to the deck. The last 10 minutes of this game. The replacements now looking for some width. Good switch there from Malia. Basambales gets slow ball, does the replacement halfback. Debuted in 2022 for the 15 side. It's wide ball. Haven't seen a lot of it. Start a step there from Boffelli. Started up with that 3-0 lead for Argentina. Kremer, short ball, handling, letting down this Argentine side.
First, not on, second, coming one.
It's good defensive pressure again, though, from England. Argentina got to execute better. There's a few experienced heads looking on, asking a few questions, perhaps, of their teammates out there. They had such high expectations coming into this. They will have respected England as an opposition. They will have known that they'd had it in them to take this game.
Yeah, Argentina ranked 6th in the World Rugby Championship. They beat New Zealand, massive result.
Nice little moment there. Jamie George coming off after a decent shift, and just a little exchange between him and Theo Dan. George mentored Dan a little bit over the years at Sarries. Theo Dan, a young man, especially when it comes to front row forwards. He's a switched-on guy, got a bright future. He's getting a run in what is probably the biggest game of his career so far.
Yeah, he qualified for Romania as well by his parents, and he credits his late grandfather, Ion, professor of engineering and former tight end prop, for instilling the love of the sport. And here he is at a Rugby World Cup, 22 years of age. A beautiful moment indeed, as England lead. Argentina, penalty for them. Lautaro Bazan-Velez flies in. He's eager to get going here.
That one went against Will Stewart. Didn't get his bind up, called by this official on the near side. Well, we expect it to be a tasty battle at scrum time. I have to say, I think England have done a fantastic job there over the course of the 70 or so minutes so far. Marla copping a bit of banter and pointing out it was the other side of the scrum that was penalised, not mine.
He's such a brilliant player to follow. So funny, running off the field, particularly on it. See the penalties conceded there, really stacking up against Argentina. Another giveaway free kick again.
The line out.
Second
Argentina,
time at line-out time. A puzzled-looking Krebi.
So I'm pretty sure that's what they were doing in the first half. I don't know whether someone's been in Mateo Reynolds here, just pointed that out to me. But it's the switching of the Argentinian setup in the line-out, which I think has penalised them for there. Penalised them for leaving the line-out. Listen to this applause. Or perhaps not, as George Ford thinks he's going off, and then he's sent back on.
He's told to make one more kick before Marcus Smith can come on. George Ford, who's kicked all 24 points tonight, had a stellar performance. He hammers this one downfield. Sinti to take. He returns the favour with his left boot. Ford is there. Again goes to the sky. Chases there for England. Bounces back towards their side. Earl is there. Marler takes this one. He rumbles forward.
Okay, advantage over for knock-on.
A low one to handle, does well. Does fullback Malaya. George Ford yet again, well positioned.
Backwards.
Drops this one backwards. More kicking from both sides. England wait for the spiral kick. Comes to them now. Ford.
Away.
Similar kick. This time it goes down to Bazan-Velez. He dives on it under pressure for Argentina at their 22. And the penalties keep racking up against Los Pumas.
And once again, England making their own good fortune. This time it was Danny Kerr herring through, putting pressure on the substitute 9, Bazan-Velez. It led to the turnover. The Argentinian support had to rush back there, and they sealed off the party as well and truly on for the England fans here in Marseille. Once again, it's that combination. Ford putting it up, Stewart chasing and making a mess of things. And it just seems to keep working out for England.
It really does. You mentioned the fans. They started a long time ago. It's nearly 11 p.m. here in Marseille.
Patroness of England Rugby gets a warm cheer from the crowd here in France. Suddenly everything feels all right about English rugby.
Well, we saw David Beckham spotted at the opening game as well. He could be around here as well, watching George Ford do his thing. It is all England in this game so far, 27 points to 3. They lead Argentina with 5 minutes to go in this game.
Scored by number 10, George Ford.
Applause for George Ford as he leaves the field. Marcus Smith on the field, the 24-year-old in his first ever Rugby World Cup. What a creative attacker he has been since bursting onto the scene. Joe Marler, player of the match in the 2021 Premiership final. Danny Kerr to the sky. Argentina with Santiago Carreras. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities in this game. Hurdling out of one tackle as they look to go forward. It's a better carry from the Los Pumas side.
Offside.
Hassan Belair wanted to go quickly again.
And takes the 9.
Probably would have been too little, too late for Argentina now. They want to salvage something. It's a good kick down into England's 22. Well, Argentina have not spent a lot of time in this second half.
Owen Farrell will just miss one more game. Will be the game against Japan. Michael Cheika looks on for Argentina. Disappointing evening for them. They'll need to rebuild and reload as they take on Samoa next in St. Etienne. And set piece continues to trouble them as well. And he's so stellar on the lineup coming into this tournament. Kerr again, looking to close out this match. Goes down to Moroni. Looking to spark some magic on that far side. Bassan Belez is there with him, former Cordoba athletic player. Juan Martin Gonzalez cracks into some hard contact. Still there for Argentina though.
Oh, step back by England.
Lautaro Bassan Belez finds his runners as they peel around the right-hand side. Little jump step. Choco Perez tries to get them, he goes. Matias Moroni gets stumped to the ground. England, their defense has been outstanding in this game. Kremer behind the back pass. There are numbers if they could exploit their gap. Here comes Boffelli. Argentina try to step on that far side. Moroni's in as well. Lautaro Bassan Belez finds his fly off. Carreras at a standing start. Tomas Gasho, the big number 1. Long passage of play here into the 9th phase for Gasho. There's a good short angle. Argentina do well to recycle again. Carreras looking for the bounce ball. Emiliano Boffelli cuts back in. The longest passage of play they've had in this game. Gajo again. Such a great front row player. It's batted backwards. Stumbling down on the ground.
Okay.
With a high shot advantage.
Diving on the play on the ground with hands around the neck.
Into the 22 still for Argentina with more advantage. Tomas Gasho again carries well. Bassan Belez down the short side. England hold on. Here's Kremer flying in. Big Marcus Kremer. England looking to celebrate a pinch there. But it stays with the men from South America. They get over for the first try in this game. Argentina on the board with their first 5 in this tournament. Rodrigo Bruni gets it done.
Yeah, Roddy Bruni finishing off some really good graft from Argentina. I said at the outset, they're a passionate, tough side. They'll be disappointed with the performance. But that is characteristic of Los Pumas. And don't forget, this result aside tonight, they'll salvage things, they'll learn from this, and they'll look to take some positives forward. And in terms of the character, that's something they could certainly put a box tick there.
Rodrigo Bruni gets over, turned 30 years old. While here in France on September 3, he gets their first try at the Rugby World Cup in 2023 for Argentina. And the only try of the game so far. Clock goes past the 80. It's England 27, Argentina 10. Open up Pool D for us here. Danny Kerr pops this one out. And England will have silenced some of their critics as they win the opening Pool D match of the 2023 Rugby World Cup against higher-ranked Argentina. The finalists of 2019 do enough in this contest to outlast the Los Pumas outfit.